John Burland is with us. He's internationally acclaimed Catholic musician and composer of religious music for children, youth, and adults. He joins us today to talk about a weekend event in New England. John, thanks for being with us. And when people hear your accent, they're going to know you're not from New England.
It's great to be here. Your part of the world is beautiful. But no, I'm from Sydney, Australia. And I do spend a lot of time in the United States and in fact, all around the world. But I'm blessed to be here for this weekend.
I love the song, by the way.
Thank you.
It was great. Hey, tell us about the Family Faith celebration for this weekend for the Diocese of Worcester.
Something very different. My background is a teacher. And one of the things I realised as a teacher and a catechist is the power of music, not only with children in learning and learning about our faith, but also with families. And so after thinking about some strategies for how do we go forward with catechesis and evangelisation on a family basis, as Bayard very much, that's the direction, decided to put together this event, which I've done now several places around the world. But basically it is a celebration of our faith through song, but the songs are, contain our Catholic catechism, our doctrine and our scripture. And so the children present the songs in a joyous way with movement and gestures, and we then catechise and evangelise our audience that are there and celebrate our faith.
John, we're thrilled to have you here with us at Catholic TV, right here in the living room, and to know that this event is coming up, and we're blessed to have your involvement here in the area. And you mentioned that this happens in other parts of the world. How did this all come about? How did you get involved?
It was a conversation. It was a conversation. I work for the Sydney Archdiocese in Catholic schools for about half the year. And it was a conversation in a tea room, and we were talking about the challenging times that we're in and how can we reach out to families effectively. And this was just a strategy that we developed. And since then it's been in the Liverpool Archdiocese in the UK. Just recently, with all of the schools and all of the parishes came together, and it's proved to be a very effective way to engage families. Particularly, we found it's a great way to engage the dads, because sometimes that's a real challenge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you're going to be up at Assumption. My daughter's a junior at Assumption. Oh. So if you see a small blonde girl named Amelia, that's probably my daughter. Make sure you say hi to her.
Oh, I definitely will.
So what can people expect? So they arrive. What can they expect for the whole day?
The day it's an exciting program. So registration starts at 12:30. Then at 1 p.m. there'll be lots of Catholic art and craft activities. Sticker books about the Mass, sticker books about the liturgical seasons, and other great activities. There'll be some speakers there talking to families and parents about bullying and some strategies for overcoming that and working with your children. Then the faith celebration starts at 2 p.m. And so I have a combined choir from many parishes around the diocese, as well as the African Children's Choir. So about 50 children will come together, and then we'll move to the performance area, and we'll begin our celebration.
How did they get the song? How do they know the songs?
Ah, the marvels of technology. So obviously through Google Drive and Dropbox, we've put all the videos to the songs, all the audio, all the music, and working with some wonderful personnel in the diocese. And so the children have been able to stream them and listen to them. And also they're available on YouTube, as you saw with the clip that we've had.
They must love it then, the kids, when they get together as a group and they've been all practicing, and then to hear themselves, it must be awesome.
That's what unites us in faith. That here we are in our own little individual worlds, and then there's a wider world out there. There's all these children who've never met each other. There's all these mums and dads and families and grandparents and uncles and aunties suddenly singing songs about the Trinity straight out of the Catholic Catechism in a very, contemporary style, but they are celebrating and articulating our faith.
John, these have been challenging times for the Church in Australia, for the Church in the United States, but being involved in an event like this, a family faith celebration here and in other places, it must be a great encouragement to you personally as a believer. Am I correct in saying that?
You are, Bishop, and particularly my own faith. There's such joy when you hear the voices of children. In fact, when you hear the voices of the congregation, of the gathered faithful celebrating the richness of our faith, it really does. It nurtures me, it encourages me to go in, because as we know in our ministries, it's not a smooth path. And so it really does. It really enriches me.
Well, it's not too late to sign up, is it? How can people learn more?
I'm still looking for a soloist. So, there's the frontline soloist there, Jay. But no, it's not too late at all. 12:30 at Assumption College. registration is open. There's no charge, so everybody
There's
is
no
welcome.
charge.
Absolutely no charge.
You don't hear that often.
You do not.
So a great event for the family, and it's free.
Absolutely
At
free.
a great college.
Absolutely free, and a wonderfully faithful event.
Hey, Jay, wouldn't Kevin be a great soloist?
He would. He would. Maybe we'll get Kevin. Kevin would be a great soloist for you.
Oh, just get that name down. I'll be in touch.
Hey,
I'll get Kevin's card.
John, thanks so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
It was a pleasure.